That's better. All right, welcome back for this week's Texas Tournament Report. I know the number one rule in YouTube is to be on time, do what you say, and say what you're going to do. And the 1st and the 15th or every other week, well, a lot of tournaments have been canceled. A lot of things have been moved around, and then I wanted to wait until after MLF yesterday to give an idea of what I thought, whether that matters to you or not. Quick National Spotlight Bassmaster heading down to the St. John's February 7th through the 10th. They'll be fishing down in Florida, starting their season out. The Elite Series Tournament Trail starting out. Cannot wait to see what these new guys are doing out on the Elite Series this year. Then FLW again in Florida, starting out this week. Yeah, they double booked. Shocker. But 7th through the 10th on Lake Toho. So another exciting year for both of those tournament trails. Major League Fishing just wrapping up its first trail, its first regular season tournament, I guess you would call it, for the Invitational Series. And man, I was how do I say this? I was surprised. I was surprised at how well it went as far as the actual tournament, but also all of the video content online. There's definitely some stuff to work on. I know. I heard many comments. I saw many comments about things they need to work on, but I think it's going to work. For now, it's definitely going to work. I really like the aspect of the online stuff. It felt like I was watching like a PGA tournament. It feel like that? Anyway. So MLF, Jordan Lee, first regular tournament trail Bass Pro Tour champion, Jordan Lee. Big shocker there, a big name that keeps showing up time and time again on big events. Around Texas, I think the first Texas Tournament Report, I reported that it was going to be a busy month. Well, ended up a lot of things got canceled. Bass Champs canceled the first event on Amstead that was supposed to be south. I was supposed to be fishing that one. Thank goodness they canceled it earlier in the week so we didn't have to make that long travel without, being able to fish. So they made a good call and ended up, the weatherman got that one right. I know, it's a rarity, but he actually got one right. They canceled the first one, moved the date back, I think, till June for that tournament. Also, Rayburn got canceled. Their first East event got canceled. And high waters, they came up. It's just not safe conditions, not enough room to handle that many boats. So they went ahead and called the first event out east, as well as the Texas Tournament Trail. So their first event on Sam Rayburn got pushed back as well. So the first Bass Champs will actually be on Lake Travis. The first Bass Champs in Texas will be on Lake Travis this coming Saturday. A lake that is fishing very tough. I've spent a lot of time out there practicing the last several weeks, and I've caught them from 2 feet to 42 feet. So going to be a rough event. The beautiful thing about a tough event, though, if you haven't been out there, you haven't got a lot of practice in, you still got a shot. Because somebody's going to win, regardless. Somebody has to win, and it's not going to take a lot. I'm guessing. You may have a surprise bag come in, but I'm guessing that it's not going to take a lot. TTZ taking a little over 16 pounds to win, 9.5 to cash a check. I'm guessing about the same weights for Bass Champs coming up this Saturday. So whether you practice or you hadn't, I don't think there's any advantage to those that have spent a lot of time out there practicing other than maybe hurting our spirits of actually catching some good fish. So this Saturday, I'll see y'all there. Like I said, it's a perfect time to win. Following that up, they'll start off their Eastern Division February 16th at Toledo Bend. That's going to be a slugfest, I'm telling you right now. Toledo Bend is going to fish well February 16th. Speaking of this weekend, the Bass Champs event on Lake Travis. I don't know if you've heard, but we got a major cold front coming in. It's going to be freezing cold on Friday and Saturday. So it's going to be cold, really cold. I know it's 80 degrees until then, But anyway, that's going to change things up. But Toledo Bend, February 16th for Bass Champs. That'll be an awesome event. Texas Tournament Zone heads to Lake Buchanan the following Saturday, February 16th as well. So if you're Central, not making it out to Toledo Bend, Texas Tournament Zone has an event on Lake Buchanan. Heard it was a little tough. They had a individual media bass event out there this weekend. Heard some reports. If you don't know exactly where those fish are, it can be a little tough. So I suggest you practice if you're looking to fish that event. Texas Team Trail. I mentioned earlier they moved their event off Sam Rayburn, the first event of the year, off of Sam Rayburn due to high waters. I believe the ramp closed down until further notice, until the water comes down. They can't release a bunch at a massive amount of time. They'll flood lower areas below Sam Rayburn. So they're having to control the release on that deal, apparently. And it's going to take a little while. It's going to take a few weeks, a month, maybe. March 2nd is their first event now. It was going to be on Sam Rayburn. Now it's March 2nd on Lake Travis. The cool thing, I liked what they did when they moved their tournament trail, or their first tournament, the Sam Rayburn one that got canceled. I love that they moved it to the day before of another Sam Rayburn event that they have towards the end of the season. I think it's like May 10th, Friday. So you fish one day for one tournament, you fish the next day for the next tournament. So kind of a neat deal. If you have to move them, that's a neat way to do it. You're already planning on traveling. And so now you fish two events back to back. If you crash on day one, you make it up day two, or you do something different day two. It's a clean slate. So that'll be fun to watch. Kayak World. Cats had their first event on Lake LBJ. Now that's the lake we need to be at. I'm not sure how it's going to take with big tournaments, lots of boats, but the kayak guys, Cats, they smashed them. So that was a fun event. That happened January 26th. You can check out their weights at their website. Man, it looked like, I know a lot of people after the floods were worried about whether the fish were going to be there, whether they died, whether fishing was going to be any good with a lot of grass getting washed out. But apparently there's some big ones still there. So their next one, Cats Kayak Tournament Trail, their next one will be on February 23rd at Decker Lake. I hear Decker's fishing pretty good right now. A lot of pressure again on Decker can make it a little tough, but I hear it's fishing pretty good right now. Fishing reports, word on the street. Again, Lake Falcon. Got a report that some big heads were getting caught this past weekend on Falcon. I'll make a trip down there this week, so I'll be able to give you a little more detail of how I caught them down there as we have a Bass Champs South event going on later this month, later in February. The 23rd, I believe it is, in February. Towards the end of the month, we'll have a Bass Champs event down south. So I'll go check it out and let you know how that goes. All right. Drama, weird news, just an opinion this year, or this episode, I guess. Something that's kind of been bothering me that I keep hearing. Share-a-lunker. They've changed the share-a-lunker program. I've caught a share-a-lunker. You've caught a share-a-lunker. We've all caught share-a-lunkers now, according to the new system of photo, weigh, release, send it in. Now you've caught a share-a-lunker. Share-a-lunkers, the name is nostalgic to Texas. It's been around. It symbolizes, to those that have been fishing in Texas, bass fishing in Texas, a 13-pounder plus. So, yes, 8-pounders, 9-pounders, 10-pounders are awesome. They're huge fish. They're fish of a lifetime for most of us. But it doesn't symbolize a true share-a-lunker. So they've changed the program now. They're accepting different classes of share-a-lunkers. People are catching share-a-lunkers and weighing them in that weigh 8 pounds, 9 pounds, 10 pounds, whatever. Something has got to change, in my opinion. We've had a decline in the number of what I call true share-a-lunkers, 13-plus pound fish caught in Texas. The idea is not to change the program so it fits to smaller fish so that we can still claim that we're catching sharelunkers. The game is to figure out why we're not catching as many 13-plus pounders as we used to. Example, in 2000, we had 21 fish over 13 pounds weighed in to the ShareLunker program. I'm sure there's more caught, but that were weighed in and donated to the ShareLunker program and then released back to their lake they were caught at. 2002, 15 over 13 pounds. Over the last several years, we're averaging 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 here and there from lakes that aren't really even necessarily where most of our ShareLunkers have been produced in the past. So I see a different kind of problem. I don't see that we're need to change the program as much as we need to figure out why we're not catching 21 ShareLunkers, 21 13-plus pounders a year. So anyway, I don't think that the program needs to be changed. I think that we need to figure out why we're not catching those bigger fish. What is it? Are we changing the biology in our lakes? Is it floods? Is it something natural? Is it something we're doing? Us, meaning humans. Texas Parks and Wildlife. Their decisions. What are we doing? I love Texas Parks and Wildlife. Don't get me wrong. I love their conservation. I love everything they're doing. But I got to ask the question, what can we do to bring back 21 ShareLunkers? 21 13-plus pounders. Not 8, 9, and 10 pounders. All right. That's my rant for this week. It's I can't tell you when we're going to come again because there's lots of stuff behind the scenes we're working on. But hopefully we'll make this more consistent. The 1st and the 15th or every other week, we'll get you a Texas tournament report. I'm telling you, this time we're going to have a lot of tournaments fished. I said that last time. We had 3 cancellations. But we're going to get a lot of tournaments in February. Looking forward to it. I'll bring it to you live right here on the Texas Tournament Report. The 1st and the 15th, hopefully, is what the dates look like that we'll be posting them. But you catch it same place, same time, right here, Texas Tournament Report. Thanks for watching. I'm Cody Ryan. Live it, love it, learn it. I'll see you on the lake.